All right. Hello everyone, and welcome back. Hopefully you all are doing well. So this evening, we're going to take a look and see what wants to come through for all 12 zodiacs. So please take what resonates and leave what does not. These are Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So please feel free to hop around this video however you see fit. Please feel free to cross-watch, of course. For those of you who do not know what cross-watching is, it's where you watch another zodiac that is not your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. So for instance, if I wanted to, I'm an Aquarius, but let's say I wanted to peek in on Leos, I would peek in on the Leo aspect and see what's going on for them. So without further ado, we are going to get started. We're going to start with air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So Gemini, this one is talking to me. This one's we've got time to go. Time to go for Gemini. All right. Where are we going, Gemini? Where are we going? I know that we just passed through part of your sign being in Venus. And it's very interesting to say the least. A very interesting combination. So what you got for Geminis with this time to go? It is a 9 card. 45 goes to 9. We've got the 9 of Swords. Whew, that was reflective. 9 of Swords. 10 of Cups. 7 of Swords. And the Ace of Swords. Geminis, with what I'm getting with this, I do feel as though you've been kind of stressing out about how things should or shouldn't be. Could be related to the aspect of love. But with what I'm getting with this energy is you are moving beyond that now. I feel as though that a sense of clarity is starting to come in. Ace of Swords. These are really reflective. I'm so sorry. Ace of Swords. And I feel as though that you now have a better sense of clarity. I was going to say that this reminded me of the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is about that personal satisfaction. Well, now we have the 10 of Cups. So that cycle is coming to a close here. And here we have the Ace of Swords. So I do feel as though you have a sense of direction now. You are in motion. In fact, you could very well be having dreams about what is happening here with the 9 of Swords. So just keep in mind as you move forward that your thoughts and your actions have to coincide, okay? Especially if you want the universe to work in your favor. You have to get on board with what you say, what you think, what you feel, and what you do. All of that has to be on the same level, okay? But I do feel as though that this venture for you is going to be exactly what you need. But I do feel as though it is time for you to go. It's time for you to leave behind this stressful energy. It is not working for you. It's not suited for... And underneath we have the Ace of Wands, another one. So please, 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 take into consideration your own wants, needs, and desires, and stop trying to people please. That's for somebody. Stop trying to people please, okay? This is about you. This is your life. You get to decide where you go, okay? All right. Thank you very much, Geminis, for joining me. These are just going to be, like I said, short, sweet, to the point. So now moving on to Libras. Libras, this one's talking to me. A change in the wind. A subtle shift is happening here for you, Libras. I feel as though that you fundamentally could very well be changing. I don't feel as though that it's kind of a big breeze. I know we talked about this earlier this week about how you've got one path and another path, and path A is the path that you've always chosen, but now it's time for you to kind of pick a new path. And that's why I feel as though this change comes in. So what do we have for Libras here? The one that jumped out was the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, 3 of Cups, Emperor, and the 2 of Wands. Absolutely. So like I said, I feel as though that you are shifting paths here. I feel as though that it is going to be emotionally more emotionally fulfilling for you. With this 3 of Cups here, you may be finding a support system here, your friends, family, people who really support you. They're going to help you navigate through this action. But it is time to take action. It is time to really figure out which path you want to be on and make the best of that choice. The Two of Wands, you've got the world in your hands here, Libra. So with that world in your hands, what are you going to do? What are you going to do next? The choice is yours. But I feel as though, again, the universe is trying to not really push you. It's not a push. And it's not a shove in the right direction either. I feel as though it's kind of like a gentle whisper. It's like, hey, you get to decide. Now, are you really going to choose path A? Or are you going to figure out what's beyond path B? Because I have a feeling that path A has not been working for you for quite some time. So it's time to... Ace of Swords. It's time to get some clarity to you, Libras, and really, really ask yourselves, which way do you want to go? Which way? But the universe is here trying to shift you into a different space. So that's what I have for you, Libras. Thank you very much for joining me. Aquarius. Aquarius, this one's talking to me for Aquarius. What are you? Clean it up. Aquarians. Aquarians. I'm actually surprised that we've got clean it up. I am. I'm really surprised that we've got clean it up here for Aquarians. And the reason why is because usually Aquarians see the bigger picture. They see the bigger picture. And maybe you are seeing the bigger picture here. And that's why you are in the zone of cleaning it up. So we'll see what wants to come through for the Aquarians. Aquarians, what you got? Six of Wands, Page of Cups, Three of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. So with this clean it up, I do feel as though you are coming back from something, maybe something you've kind of spent a lot of time, effort, and energy on. But that is now finished. You have moved beyond that war. The Six of Wands is... in most particular decks, it's about coming back from battle. But this one always reminds me of a wedding. This one always reminds me of a wedding, which is weird. And I think it's because it's the wreath here and then the wreath on top of his head. It makes me think of a wedding. Why? It's just there. And so I do feel as though that you are moving towards something great. Somebody may be coming in to offer their help or offer their assistance. And I feel as though that you should take this help. Three of Pentacles. When people come in and offer their help, as an Aquarian, I struggle with this. Because as my brain is used to seeing the bigger picture, it's hard for people to understand where it is that I'm coming from, because I'm not looking at just this one piece, or just this one piece, or just this one piece. I'm looking at it as a whole. I feel as though that with these people coming in, I feel like they're going to help you clean it up. Absolutely. It does feel like your friends are coming in to kind of help you with this. And with it being Pentacles, it can also be co-workers. So take that for what that is. But I do want you to know that this is part of your path. This is the way forward. This is part of your journey. Like I said, as an Aquarian, I have a hard time letting people help me. I have a hard time letting people in general. So I feel like this is a step in that direction of not only cleaning up the aspect in which needs cleaned up, but it also allows us to clean up what is going on in here for ourselves. So Aquarians, do not refuse the help. I know, it's easier said than done. We got the Six of Pentacles underneath. Do not refuse that help. That help is important. And like I said, it is part of the path. I hear somebody, well, I don't want their help. It'll be a lot easier with more hands. Okay? All right. Thank you, Aquarians, for joining me. We're now moving on to water signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cancers. What is this? No place like home. This could come across as a variety of different things for Cancers. First off, you could be figuring out where it is that you want to call home. With it being a 50 card, it makes me think of the Five of Pentacles. You may be coming in from the cold. Maybe home life isn't so great right now, and you're putting the home back in your house. You know what they say? You can take a house as a house. But until you put things inside of it, put love and care into it, it becomes a home. And maybe it goes that step further of, maybe it's not a physical place, maybe it's the energy you're putting into things that makes it a home. So let's see where we're going with this for Cancerians, Cancers. This one did not get picked up. We've got Strength here, that's Leo energy. Knight of Swords, Tower, Temperance. So like I was saying just a moment ago, how it goes a step further of making a house a home. It comes with putting your stuff inside of it. It comes with, you know, a place where you feel safe. I feel as though that's what's kind of happening here with this Leo energy and the Knight of Swords. I feel as though that you are putting in more effort to destroy the things that don't, not really destroy, but tear down the things that no longer fit inside of your home. Sifting and sorting through these things, you know, making it so it's a lot more balanced for you. And what I mean by that is, you know, you can stop people from coming into your home. There are some people who aren't allowed in my house. Like I can go out to eat with them all the time. We can meet here. We can do different things. But when it comes to people really coming into my home, and the reason why is because their energy, there's something about them, the situations and things that I don't want in my home. I don't want in my space. So that's what I feel like you're doing. I feel like you are sifting and sorting and making it so you are comfortable in your own energy, and your own energy is within your home. So it's a place where you get to call home. So keep doing what you're doing, but I do want you to know you need to trust the process, have some courage, but really it's more courage for oneself. I feel like it is more courage for oneself as you move forward, because I know Cancerians, for water signs, really kind of stuck in your emotions. We had the Temperance. Temperance was the last card I pulled. Don't just let the emotions run the show, okay? Really ground yourself while dealing with those emotions, okay? Okay, that's what I have for Cancerians. Pisces. Pisces, this one's talking to me. What is it? Building blocks. 28, that's 10, reverts back to 1. So a few things come to mind. First off, you've laid a foundation. You have laid the foundation. The foundation has already been set. And now you're kind of constructing that. It's kind of like building a home. But you're constructing all of this up. And now you've got all of these different puzzle pieces. And notice how she's kind of like this. It looks like she's kind of holding her head like this. It makes me think like somebody's itching their head. You really are looking at these puzzle pieces, these building blocks, and really determining what is going to fit in all of these slots, much like Cancerians. Much like Cancerians, you are trying to figure out, you know, how you want it to look, how you want it to feel. And this can go beyond home life. This can go for jobs, relationships, personal endeavors. Let's see where we're going for Pisces. Pisces. What you got for Pisces? Hello. We got the Empress. Okay, tapping into one's emotional side. King of Pentacles. 9 of Wands. Queen of Swords. Absolutely. First off, it's beautiful energy. So I feel as though that you may have had some pieces that really didn't fit. That really did not fit. And I feel as though you started to kind of take those out, Queen of Swords. You started to take those out and really look at them, navigate them, really look at them from a clear perspective. You're seeing them and you're like, you know, as much as I want this to be here, it can't be here. Because for some reason or another, it doesn't make me feel good emotionally, or whether emotionally, what's the word I'm looking for? I literally just had it on the tip of my tongue. It doesn't make you feel, it's got that lack of energy to it. It's almost like you thought it was valuable and you realized it wasn't. And so now you're valuing yourself more on taking that puzzle piece out, and really being like, you know, there's a hole here. it'll be filled when it gets filled. But at least now I know that the puzzle pieces that I am working with are the puzzle pieces that I want, are the building blocks that I want, the tools that I want to use, instead of trying to make something that's kind of half-assed. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep looking at these building blocks. They're very, very important, especially as we lay a foundation, because if you use the wrong building blocks, the tower tends to come in. Your foundation, your structure won't handle that storm. So really take a good look at those building blocks, Pisces, and really, really just stay on the straight and narrow with it, okay? Really trust yourself and your intuition and what you're feeling. Okay? Okay. That was Pisces. Now we're moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio, this one's talking to me. Ah! Mending. What are we mending? 7. 52 goes to 7. Makes me think of the 7 of Pentacles. So whatever this is, I feel like the damage has kind of been done already. I feel like the damage has been done, may involve another person, especially because they're mending, you know, the streamers and things. I'm hearing the word friendship come to mind. So we'll take a look and see what wants to come through with this. But there is mending on the horizon here for you. What you got for Scorpios? Scorpio, Chariot, King of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, 7 of Swords. So I feel as though that you may have moved away from a situation that is still requiring your attention. So here we are, we moved away from it, but notice how that King of Cups is looking right at that Chariot. So even though you've moved away from it, you're kind of still creeping on it. You're like, did I really make the right choice? Did I really not make the right choice? And it's interesting because now we've got the Knight of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. Well, the 7 of Swords appears to have snuck away, but the universe has a funny way of making us loop back around for these things. So I feel as though that as this lesson starts to come in, it's almost like you snuck away from it only to end up right back in that same spot. Because it needs to be mended. It needs to be healed. You may be dealing with cycles that keep returning because you aren't making the right choice, essentially. Cycles tend to return and to come back when there's something more for us to learn. And I feel as though you've been dealing with these cycles for quite a while. And now you're finally starting to understand, or hopefully starting to understand. But one way or the other, even if you don't understand, I feel like you'll get a second opportunity or a third opportunity or a fourth opportunity to learn the lesson and get it right. So, very interesting. Very interesting, Scorpios. Like I said, I feel like the work's already been done. I feel like it's already been like a big fight. A big fight's already over and done with. And now it's really time for you to go back and look at that from a clearer perspective. Okay? All right. That was Water Signs. I feel like I'm flying through these a tad bit too fast. I do. I feel like I'm flying through these just a tad bit too fast. But, c'est la vie. We'll see what wants to come through. I may rewatch this all back later to see if I did move too fast. Maybe at the end, if I feel like I haven't spent enough time, I'll probably pull some cards for everyone here watching. So look at the timestamps. If it says collective there at the bottom, then chances are I've pulled for the collective. Okay? All right. Earth signs, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Ooh. This one's for Virgo. What you got for Virgo? Serendipity. Serendipity. Got a little bit of luck to it, huh? Makes you think of the 9 of Pentacles. 18 goes to 9. You may be having a stroke of luck here there, Virgo. Yeah, you may be having a stroke of luck here, Virgo. Things may start to work out in your favor. Maybe dealing with situations that you didn't think they were going to. All of these are 4-leaf clovers. Yeah, all of these are 4-leaf clovers. Makes me think back to the 1 year I found 14. Yeah, I found 14 four-leaf clovers in 1 year. Yeah. Mind you, I find them by accident. I do. I find them by accident, and that's what I feel like you kind of happened here. You kind of found that stroke of luck by accident. So let's see where we're going for Virgos. Virgos, Nine of Swords, okay. Two of Wands, Lovers, Eight of Wands. I don't want to leave that. King of Swords. So you may have been stressing about some things. Oh, we have the Queen of Swords underneath. You may have been stressing about some things. Hello. Queen of Swords, Ten of Cups. I'll walk away with you too. So this can be a variety of different things. Before I get to the relationship side of it all, I feel as though that with this Knight of Swords, Two of Wands, it's almost like the shadow work. The shadow work side of it all. I'm hearing shadow work. So you may have been having dreams that are keeping you up at night. Things that require your attention. But the reason why they require your attention is not to punish you, but it's to give you the opportunity to learn from those and really make something good for yourself with this Two of Wands. The Two of Wands, you know, is that manifestation. He's got the world in his hands. But the problem is that he's standing in front of a wall. It's not like the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is standing down at the edge of that river, waiting for those ships to come in. So I feel as though you have another hurdle to get through. Now, when it comes to this hurdle, it may be the fact that you are dealing with, you know, that inner balance of oneself, trying to balance the physical with the emotional. For others of you, it does have to do with an actual relationship, maybe with a connection that you have moved on from. Moved away from, but now we have communication coming in. Communication is coming in, and I feel like it's very clear communication. The only problem is that I feel as though that this is you, the King of Swords. You're like, it's not going to change. Now, whether it's not going to change for the situation or whether you refuse to make it change, I feel like somebody is going to be reaching out to try and get your attention. Ten of Cups. They're trying to create something good here. So that's why I almost feel like the stroke of luck is coming in. Maybe you feel like it's a stroke of luck that this individual is coming back. Or maybe you feel as though that this is just a lucky situation all on its own. Take that for how that resonates. So, but how you handle yourself is how you handle yourself. Just know that I feel like luck is on your side with this. Okay? All right. That was Virgos. Virgos, thank you very much for joining me. We got Taurus now. Taurus. Oh, this one. This one's for Taurus. You got to be a little bit more flexible. That's from The Incredibles. 19 goes to 10. 10 reverts back to 1. So I feel as though that if you were flexible with yourself and flexible with this energy that you were working with, you would get a little bit farther. But as Tauruses do, I feel as though you can kind of be a little bit unyielding at times, Taurus. And I feel like you need to be a tad bit more flexible with this energy, with what you've got going on here, regardless of what that is. Because the more flexible you are, the more wiggle room the universe has for you. So let's see where we're going with this flexible energy for Taurus. Emperor. Oh, he looks so stubborn. He looks so unyielding. He's just like, I'm here. I'm here. Seven of Wands. World. Hierophant. So usually the Seven of Wands I see as putting down boundaries, doing the work. But in this particular instance, I feel as though it's kind of like, it's got that unyielding energy to it. It's like, this is the way that this is. This is the way that it's going to be. Period. Well, unfortunately, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't think that's the case. I feel as though that some of you, for some of you, you'll learn the lesson the hard way, and the universe will come in and kind of break all of these sticks so people can get through. You're kind of building a wall, so to speak. And now I feel like the universe is going to come in and break that down. For others of you who are becoming a little bit more flexible and a little less rigid, I feel as though that as you move forward, you may have more things that require your attention that make it so you aren't so rigid. But the Hierophant here is about that obligation. And don't forget that you have an obligation to yourself. My ears are ringing. Don't forget that you have an obligation to yourself, and you're allowed to be happy. But again, if you're too rigid and too unyielding, well, it's not going to work out in your favor. So really try and be flexible with this energy. Maybe it's time to pick up some of these sticks and move on. It's really time to move on. So that is what I have for you, the Capricorns. Thank you very much for joining me. That was Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. Almost lost my placement there, guys. Happens. Swiss cheese brain. Swiss cheese brain. So, that was loud. I'm so sorry for those of you wearing headphones. So that's what I have for the earth signs. Moving on to fire signs. Yep, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no. I lied. Who did I miss? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Virgo, Taurus. Oh, those are Taurus. I'm so sorry, Taurus. Now we're moving on to Capricorn. We're going to blame Mel, because as I looked over here, she was sticking her head in trying to get her water, so we'll just blame her. Anyway, Capricorns. Breathe. Breathe, Capricorns, breathe. Breathe, Capricorns, breathe. I feel as though you need to ground yourself in the present moment. You need to take on some meditation. You need to take on some Nine of Swords underneath. Breathe. You may be stressed out right now. Maybe stressed out with things that are going on mentally, physically. We'll see what wants to come through with this. I can't believe I tried to skip Capricorns. There's usually one. There's usually one that I try to skip over or I miss. What you got for Capricorns? Capricorns, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Hello. The Devil energy came out, but the one that shot out and it's in reverse is the Four of Wands. I'm going to take it in reverse. King of Cups, Six of Swords, Knight of Wands. You have to stop confining yourself. You have to stop setting limitations for yourself, because when you set limitations for yourself, it's not going to work. As we all know, well, as most of you know, I also watch Soulful Revolution. That's where my pink tarot came from. Her name is Mary Jo. Mary Jo is a wonderful individual. And what she said a few days ago really made me stop and think about the manifestation process. So there's a difference between manifesting your desires and daydreaming. There's a difference. Now, don't get me wrong. They kind of correlate, but at the same time, daydreaming is kind of wishful thinking without any action behind it. Manifestation is having a plan, knowing that it's achievable, and actively taking the steps to get to that point. But I feel like you're stopping yourself from doing that. Capricorns, I feel like you're stopping yourself from doing that, even though it's something that you want. It is something that you want pretty badly. So it's time for you to move away from that. It's time for you to move away from that confinement, that fear, and really start to get inspired. And not only be inspired, but start to take action towards this thing that you want. But you're not going to get there if you don't breathe, if you don't calm down, if you don't relax. Okay? All right. Capricorns, that is what I have for you. Oy vey. Oy vey. All right. Moving forward now. That was Earth signs. We are finished with Earth signs. We've gone through air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We have gone through the earth signs, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and now we're moving on to Aries, Leo, and Sag. Aries. This one is talking to me. Milk and honey. Love this card. Absolutely love this card. I think my favorite part about it is the elephant. Is the elephant who looks like he's having the time of their lives. He's like, I'm happy. I've got milk and honey. Like it's a wonderful, wonderful time. So we'll see what else wants to come through with this milk and honey for you, Aries. And I think I will pull for the collective here at the end. We got the Ten of Wands, Knight of Cups, High Priestess, Six of Wands. I feel as though you've moved, absolutely, you moved away from a trying time. We got the Star card underneath. I feel as though you've moved away from a trying time. Something that may have been inspiring at one point in time, but now it kind of burnt out. So now, I feel as though you're looking for something new, or a message comes in for you. This is liquid, this is water, so it could be an emotional message. But what that emotional message is, it's designed to ping off of your intuition here. It's designed to ping off of that deep knowing that you have, and it leads to victory. So if you aren't in this milk and honey energy, I do feel as though you will be. It's interesting because we have the 6 here, and we've got a 51 here. So it may 5 plus 1 is 6. Made me think of the 6 of Swords. I feel like you were in motion, headed towards this milk and honey energy. And you know, with this High Priestess here, some of you may know that. But you do have to be patient. It is a process. It is a process. So really listen to the messages that are coming in for you, especially if they're coming from inside of you. Okay? Because the best compass that we all have is our heads and our hearts. Our heads because of our conscience. Our hearts because of the things that make us feel good. Our heart's desires are what drives us. So really pay attention to those things as you move forward. I'm going to give these kind of a quick shuffle here. But that's what I have for Aries. Thank you very much. From Aries, we're moving on to Leo. This one. This one's eyeballing me. TikTok. Something's time sensitive. 30. And I saw the 3 of Swords. I saw the 3 of Swords. You may be dealing with a situation that's not making you feel so good, Leo. May have to do with matters of the heart. Now, whether your time is running out in the situation or whether you are running out of time to make a new choice, we'll take a look and see what wants to come through. But I almost feel like time is kind of slipping through your hands here. Maybe you've spent so much time on something already that now the timer is running out. The timer is running out. Fool, Page of Cups, Moon, Scorpio energy of death. Some of you could be dealing with relationships. Some of you could be dealing with relationships with this Page of Cups. You know, I don't think I've ever noticed that, but this Fool almost looks kind of sad. He's almost like, whatever. It is what it is. I'm moving on. Like, it's almost melancholy. And you may have somebody try to come back to apologize, or maybe have a different message of support or love coming in. But I feel like it was really activated with this full moon. I really feel like this full moon in Sagittarius, which is what it was designed to do, I feel as though it came in and really just kind of caused that spark of change, or it started the timer here. I'm seeing one of those old-fashioned stopwatches, like from the cartoons. Tom and Jerry comes to mind, how they start it and it's like tick, 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 boom. That's what I feel like this is. I feel like this full moon definitely started that clock. So whatever it is that you are working with here, I do feel as though a new chapter is on the horizon, but it only comes after this comes to a close. Okay? So just know that your time is running out with this, Leo. Your time is running out with this, Leo. So that's what I have for you. Thank you very much for joining me. We're going to take a look now and see what's going on for Sagittarius. Hi, Saggies. How are you? We're going to blame all this full moon nonsense on you. At least that's what I do. When the full moon coincides with whichever zodiac, I blame you guys. So right now, the blame is on you, Sagittarius. What we got here for Saggies? Of course, you're like, yeah, you can blame me all you want. I'm sitting in peace. Oh my. Peaceful energy, huh? Oh, I'm gonna make the rest of us crazy. I'm gonna make the rest of us crazy. Sit in peace. Alright, well, I'm not gonna put the cart before the horse here on this particular instance. So let's see where we're going with this, Saggies. Let's see what wants to come through with this. Peace. And we've got the Two of Pentacles standing in that balance of yours. Eight of Wands. Three of Swords. Ah! Hierophant. Not so peaceful, is it? Four of Pentacles. You're giving it the illusion that it's peaceful. You're giving the illusion that it's peaceful, but I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Eight of Wands, Three of Swords. You may be dealing with... this is obligation. It's also traditional matters, legal binding things, marriage. You may be dealing with a spouse or some sort of obligation that really isn't making you feel so good or will not make you feel so good, even though right now things are kind of okay. And it's interesting that I see this here because it almost looks like he's a little off balance, doesn't he? His foot's kind of raised here. He's focused on the one pentacle. He's trying to hold on to the other pentacle. It looks balanced, yes. I'm going to tell you, it feels a little out of balance. It feels a little out of balance. So be mindful of this Three of Swords. I feel as though your peace may be short-lived. Okay? All right. Excuse me, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Didn't sleep all too well last night. Probably stayed up later than what I should have. So, with all 12 zodiacs out of the way, we are going to take a look and see what's coming through for everybody here. I'm going to pick these up. I'm going to go through, I'm going to pick that one, this one, and this one. All right. So for the general collective, what do we have here? So underneath, we've got Between Worlds. Okay, things are shifting, things are changing. With us coming out of that new or full moon energy, I'm not surprised. Things are coming to fruition, and now we have the chance to enjoy that before we start a new venture, so not surprised. Poised. Orphaned. Higher power. So I feel as though that things were going really well for the Zodiacs. Things were, for most of you, I guess I should say, not just the Zodiacs. But I feel like things were going pretty well for the most part. And then something happened. As these things come to a close, it's like a... There you go. It's like this candle, okay? I have a candle lit during every reading because it protects my energy. It protects your guys' energy. But when I first got this candle, I was really excited. I love this candle. Absolutely love it. It smells amazing. It's wonderful. My best friend got it for me. It is Warm Spring Sunshine. There's me and a candle, okay? And so now that I've got this candle here, it's nice, it's wonderful, but as that candle starts to burn, and as it gets lower to it being finished, you know, it kind of makes me sad, because I really like this candle. So as you start to transition, you'll start to notice things come and go, and it may make you feel like this. And that's normal. It's normal to feel sad about good things that are leaving. It's normal to feel sad. Not even just good things, but it's normal to feel sad about things that we've had for a while that are leaving. I mean, dearly departed ones. That's another good example. We never have enough time with them, do we? No. And when they're gone, it makes us feel horrible because we wish we had more time with them. Or I wish I had more wax in this candle because when it goes out, I'm going to have to get a new candle. But instead of focusing on the joys of these situations and What I mean by the joys of these situations when it comes to people passing away, we do not grieve for the person we lost. We grieve for the memories that we have and for the time that we no longer have with them. There's a difference. And so I feel as though that's kind of got the similar energy to it, is we're not really grieving, we're not really grieving for the loss of something. We're grieving because we wish we had more time with it. And so that's why I feel like the divine energy is stepping in here. It's like, hold on, hold up. Like, we have other good things we want to give you, but in order for us to give you these good things, we have to be able to remove, Nine of Swords, Justice. Things have to come to a close before other things can begin. It's like reading a book. It's like reading a book series or starting a TV series. You're not going to jump from episode 1 to episode 3, or you can't skip episodes because you'll miss a few things. You can't skip books or chapters because you'll miss a few things. You have to go through it. But as one chapter ends, as one story ends, as one movie ends, you have time to start another one. So there's a good and a bad with this energy. There's a good and a bad with this energy. So let's see where we're going with this. Let's see what wants to come through. Knight of Cups. Six of Wands. We'll do this. We'll do this just like this. We'll do this just like this. Knight of Cups, Six of Wands, King of Cups, Eight of Wands, Moon, Three of Swords. Yep, there's that emotional orphaned energy. Gemini energy of the Hanged Man, the Two of Cups, the Page of Wands, and underneath we got the Five of Cups, Ten of Wands, Seven of Cups, Seven of Wands. Just as I was saying. Yes, and we got the Leo of Strength underneath here. So just as I was saying, things look good. Things look great. King of Cups, Six of Wands, with the Knight of Cups. Things are going good. Things feel good. You're inspired. You're passionate. You've got these messages that are coming in. It's wonderful. But then all of a sudden I feel like, and here's that full moon energy, I feel like around this energy, we noticed some things that really weren't working for us, or things that really wanted to leave. And we're like, why? Why? Why do you have to leave? It's the natural flow of things. It is the natural flow of things. And the whole point of this is not to get stuck in why something is leaving, but again, really understand that perception of, like the Five of Cups. Really understand that perception of just because things are leaving, Three of Cups that are spilled, doesn't mean we don't already have what we need. And that doesn't necessarily mean that things won't come back in a different way. It just means that we have to move forward to better things. Ten of Wands, the Seven of Cups. Even if it feels uncertain right now. But that's where you doing the work comes in. I like to use this example a lot here on this channel. It's like starting out in a video game and you can't see, right? But you've got like a light or a torch. And along the walls, you've got different torches that you can light as you move forward. Can I see where I'm going with this? So as you move forward through this unknown path, you can light the torches. And the more torches you light, the more you can see. The more you can see, the more you can understand and get familiar with this new chapter. But I do feel as though you are moving towards a new chapter. And for some of you, it may be a relationship. For others of you, it is definitely a balance of the divine feminine, divine masculine inside of you. For others of you, it is being inspired to really do this work and really move through this uncertain time. Anything else that I need to add for these wonderful people? Anything else that I need to add? Anything you want to add? Five of Pentacles. It's designed to bring you in from the cold. Two of Wands to get you over that last hurdle. Even though you are afraid, you got to make a new choice. It's time to make new choices. What is this? Yeah. It's time to make new choices even though you don't quite know what they are yet. But that's the joy of it. For the most part. Life's a journey, not a destination. And I stand by that very much. So this is what I have for all 12 zodiacs and for the collective here who are still watching this. If you're watching this as the pre-recording, it still applies. So this is still for you too. But thank you guys very much for joining me today. This was wonderful. As always, I've enjoyed your company. I hope you've enjoyed mine. And I will see you all again later. Bye, guys.